The new Canyon Strive was developed with multiple downhill world champion Fabien Barel, and it takes a completely fresh approach to on-the-fly travel and geometry adjust. Now the Strive is available in two different frame configurations. The race model has 20mm longer front ends. Another way to distinguish them is that race bikes come with 1x11 drivetrains and the non-race bikes come with 2x10 systems. The Strive CF Race 9.0 you see here comes with a longer geometry. Now the secret behind the travel and geometry adjust system is a small piston situated between the shock and the seat tube. You have two modes on offer. In XC mode, the shock moves out away from the seat tube and gives you 139mm of travel. It also steepens the geometry and changes the leverage rate. Basically makes it a lot harder to actuate the shock. In DH mode, the shock rocks back and gives you the full 163mm of travel, along with a slacker head angle and a lower bottom bracket. To change between the two modes, you have to push the shifter and move your body weight. To get into XC mode, you rise out the saddle and shift your weight forward. To get into DH mode, you shift your weight back and kick your heels forward. It might sound like a pain, but actually it comes quite naturally. Because when you rise out of the saddle, you tend to be going uphill, and you can kick your heels pretty easily when you start to go down the descent. You can also adjust the bias by changing the air pressure in the piston. More air pressure makes it easier to go into XC mode and vice versa. There's a little window on the top of the rocker link that tells you which mode you're in, but it's on the small side, and as you glance down, it's pretty hard to spot sometimes. Canyon's shapeshifter system separates suspension duties from attitude adjustment. So they run a standard RockShox Monarch Plus RC3 debonair shock. It's easy to get serviced and it's tuned specifically for the kinematics of the bike. Now there's a 1.5 degree shift in angles when you change between modes and a 19mm difference in bottom bracket height. Half of that comes from the static geometry. As soon as you sit on it and the suspension sags, you get the full effect of the transformation. Up front, you've got a pike fork, dead easy to set up. There's a guide to the pressures printed on the leg. You can add or subtract bottomless tokens to change the spring curve. Just a great, dependable fork, doesn't need a lot of maintenance, and you can ride it hard straight out of the box. The rest of the components are equally well thought out. You've got the 1x SRAM X01 drivetrain. You've got a really nice Renthal carbon fat bar, Renthal stem, you've got SRAM's guide brakes, you've got really good Maxxis tyres, you've got High Roller 2 up front and a Minion DHR at the back. You've even got an E13 XCX chain guide, so you're never going to have any worries with the chain falling off. The wheels and tyres are also ready to set up tubeless, so you can ditch another ½ pound or so off the 29.5 pound weight. Canyon have done an amazing job with the aesthetics on the frame. Super clean, all the cable routing is routed internally. You've got down tube protector, you've still got room for a bottle cage. I think it's one of the best looking enduro frames on the market. Thanks to the low weight and rampy suspension, it was a rocket up the climbs. Also no slouch on the descents either. In DH mode, there was no holding it back. It accelerated up to speed with minimal effort. There was loads of grip from the rear suspension, and you could pump it like crazy for speed all the way down. It was agile, it was composed, it was great in the air. It was really a rewarding bike to ride. Many bikes claim to have the versatility of a Swiss Army knife, but few actually deliver all-round capability. The Strive CF comes closest to creating the kind of split personality needed to make this a reality. If we had to choose just one bike to hang in our garage, it'd probably be the Strive CF Race 9.0.